So I just boarded the train from Churchill to Winnipeg, and then the whole train ride is about 2 days, and then I'll see you in Winnipeg in 2 days.
I mean, not really. I promised in the last episode that I'm gonna show you how a 40-hour train ride from Churchill to Winnipeg is like, right? Prior to this time's train journey, I've taken the same route twice before. I can tell ya, 40 hours is an understatement. Frequent delays on this route make the whole journey 50 hours something rather pretty usual. I didn't even know when exactly I would reach Winnipeg. All I cared about was how to survive my first night on this train's economy class seat. The first stop was Gillam, Manitoba. The train only stopped there for around 10 minutes. Regardless of which direction you travel on the train, you'll always end up arriving here late. It's the closest point to York Factory, the former headquarters of the Hudson-based company. To reach there, you'll somehow need to either get a boat yourself or arrange one with the locals. Anyways, the former glorious site is definitely on the beaten path nowadays. I took a picture of what was outside of the train window in the pure darkness, hoping to capture the northern lights. But this is what I got. Back in 2013, it was a different story though. The train driver stopped the train for us when a couple of us noticed Aurora Borealis in the sky. This is what one of the fellow passengers took back in 2013, who was very kind to share this picture with all of the passengers who wanted to keep the memory which none of us had a good camera for back in the days.
Wow, the train is actually fast. I'm surprised. It looks like it arrived at Gillam just in time.
Here are some tips about taking this train. Make sure you stock enough snacks for the long train ride. Short on budget YouTubers like myself simply brought all my drinks and meals from grocery stores for this journey. You can either buy stuff in Winnipeg or Churchill, but keep in mind that Churchill's prices for everything will be significantly higher than in Winnipeg. And if you buy everything in Winnipeg, be prepared to carry everything with you to Churchill. Find the best way that works for you and your luggage allowance. Do take into consideration on which direction you're traveling and plan accordingly. The bottom line is, there will still be food and snacks for sale on the train, although a little overpriced. Keep in mind that you are not supposed to consume alcohol unless it's purchased on board.
The river is frozen. Started to snow.
Now there's plenty of daylight. I'll give you a tour of the train. To be honest, when I took the same route back in 2013, there hasn't been any changes. It's kind of like airplane seats with more legrooms. Savvy train travelers often set up a bed by turning the roll in the front, facing them. Of course, do it when the train is less busy, and obviously don't do it if the train is packed. Don't be a jerk. Respect other travelers. Give other passengers more space. Don't be selfish.
So this is the water fountain. You can grab drinking water. And of course this is the bathroom.
There is a new addition to the train since the 2013 is that the train now features a sky dome that offers the panoramic views of the whole journey to the passengers on board. However, due to the global event of 2020, the sky dome car is temporarily closed to all passengers. As the train continues to move towards the south, trees have become taller and taller. This shows the fact that we're leaving the subarctic tundra towards a milder climate that allows the trees to grow bigger and more in density. The train stopped by a village out of nowhere. Stops like this one often provides a time for smoke break for those who smoke. For me, it's just a great opportunity to have some fresh air.
small community to pick some passengers, so that's a very good break for some fresh air. Okay, bye. Bye-bye.
Once past that village, I realized that we're in the zone of the Great Taiga Forest. The scenery is very similar to that of Siberia. For a moment, I thought I was taking the train in Russia rather than in Canada. At around 1 p.m., we arrived at Thompson, Manitoba. Thompson is a major stop on the railway between Winnipeg and Churchill. According to the schedule, the train will stop there for around 4 hours, making Thompson the only place where passengers may get a chance to buy snacks and meals and maybe walk around. However, the 4-hour window is also used by the train to catch up the schedule in case of a delay. Based on my experience, the train will probably only stop in Thompson for around 10 minutes to pick up passengers if you travel from Winnipeg to Churchill due to the frequent delays caused by freight traffic near Winnipeg. If you go the other way around, you might get just enough time to quickly visit the city and replenish your food for the rest of your journey.
Alright everyone, so I just got into Thompson, Manitoba. So this is a major supply stop on a train from Churchill to Winnipeg, or Winnipeg to Churchill as well. There is a Walmart and a Safeway and some fast food restaurants in town, so just in case you are able to make it to Thompson. Yeah, because sometimes when the train is delayed they just skip the stop. Make sure you check it out, because this is probably, well, if you're coming from Winnipeg to Churchill, this is the last stop that you're gonna actually have time to spend. Also, the price is kind of reasonable as well. It's actually snowing pretty bad. I think I might be the only person walking to the city center, so we'll see. Funny thing, I was the first to get off the train. For some reason, Google Maps malfunctioned and pointed me to the wrong direction. So I can see a line of people in front of me, so I actually became the last. It's not the first time that Google Maps failed on me. I'm not surprised, but good thing it didn't take me long to figure out that it was pointing me to the wrong direction. Yeah, let me tell you about the story of how Google Maps failed me in Serbia. So we were driving from Belgrade down to Niš. We decided to do a detour along the Danube River. According to the signs on the highway, like the shortest and fastest way will be going on the highway. And somehow it followed Google Maps and it pointed us into a village, and then it indicates that we have to cross the bridge. When we reached the actual bridge, we realized it's just like a concrete structure with a plank of wood on it, and there are big holes on those wood planks. You know, because we're already there, and then after assessing how safe it is. Eventually we drove right over that piece of wooden plank. And of course right now the temperature is kind of low. The phone doesn't function really well. It sometimes automatically shuts down. And in many other countries you can't even use Google Maps. For example, in China, Google doesn't have any service there, so you have to rely on local Chinese maps. Google Maps aren't helpful at all. So guys, here's a lesson for all of you to take, is that do your research before you're trying to go somewhere. Do not blindly trust Google Maps. It doesn't work 100% of the time. Over there, that's the train. So the global event of 2020 did have an impact on remote northern communities like this. Okay guys, so yeah, I just came out to grab some food from McDick's. I think I stocked up a while before I came on this train journey. So McDonald's is back there. Back where? Back over there. Yeah, you see the Golden M, and then of course there's Walmart. They're all together. So it should be a fairly quick walk from the train station. Again, it depends on how long you got, because sometimes you might get up to 4 hours. Sometimes you get nothing. Like today, I got 1 hour and 20 minutes, so that's not a lot of time. So that's why, you know, I just took the takeaway, and of course due to the current situation as well. So I'm just gonna probably grab the food and go back to the train. You see the logo Walmart there? I call that Snowmart. And if you wonder what to do in Thompson, like the surrounding area is beautiful, but if you're taking the train, that's unrealistic, because you need a car to go pretty much everywhere. And like there's only one notable attraction. Oh, actually, wait a sec. Yeah, so there are statues of 4 wolves. That's something new. I've never seen those before. Of course, the only notable attraction is somewhere behind me. There's an apartment building, has a mural of the wolf. So that's pretty much like if you go on TripAdvisor, that's the only thing listed on Thompson anyways. So, and if you walk from the train station to the city center mall, there's no way you're gonna miss it. Got another tip for you, is that if you have contact lenses and you're going to places that are cold, yeah, make sure you bring them, make sure you use them. You see, the problem with regular prescription glasses is that although, well, in Churchill I did wear my contact lenses, but since I'm taking the train, just didn't bother. But the thing is, if you're wearing any kind of mask or experience any sudden change of temperature, yeah, by mask I mean both the you know, the 2020 style mask and the one you use to protect from wind. So your breath, once it comes out, it's gonna fog the glasses, the lenses immediately. And the problem is the cold air will crystallize the moisture trapped on your lenses immediately as well. So once it fogs up, unless you wipe it, you can't really clear it. So yeah, that's just a piece of advice. And of course, I got this experience. So you learn, you watch, you don't have to do the same. Yeah, I know, even today, minus 12 degrees Celsius. I still feel like I overdressed for the occasion. Like after experiencing Churchill, it just, you know, this is nothing. It's minus 12, peaceful, no wind, This is like heaven. I'm not even wearing my winter jacket, and I feel fine. I'm not even wearing gloves. But the problem is, your glasses won't feel that way. Your stupid cell phone won't feel that way. It's still gonna shut off once it determines that it's too cold. And of course, my McDonald's. I'm not sure if it's still gonna be warm once I return to the train. Alright, so I'll keep going. I'll watch what's underneath my foot. So hopefully I don't get a slip and fall. Yeah, we'll see you back on the train. And that concludes our short tour of Thompson.
Surprisingly, the chicken sandwich from my Dick's was still warm. The stop in Thompson was totally worth it. In the next episode, our train journey continues towards Winnipeg. We will be passing through the ever-changing scenery of Manitoba, plus we'll be stopping at 2 more other towns en route. Stay tuned.